I'm telling them that I can't breathe. Clearly he don't give a damn about my plea. His ancestors used to hang us on trees. Today they identify as road police. You see I'm black, for that I'm a threat to America. My rise is their fall and their fall is evident. Blood on your hands is heavier than an elephant. Open up America's closet and see.
Welcome to my channel. I'm the 20th and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time joining me, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. This video, Reunite Sandy Speaks, is documenting the inequalities and injustices served to Black people every day of our lives. This series, Reunite Sandy Speaks, is to document the occurrences of injustice served to Black people. Okay, and if it's your first time here, it's my goal and my objectives to have Black people deemed a protected class, for there to be an update to the 14th Amendment. Because according to the 14th Amendment, Black people are not equal. The purpose of the 14th Amendment was for us to be equal in this country. Every other minority group has benefited from the 14th Amendment except for us Black people. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on in Akron, Ohio. So this video is about Akron, Ohio. I believe you guys all know about Jayland Walker. He was murdered by the police, 60 shots. We're going to talk about him in a subsequent video. But today we're talking about the Akron 3. And so let me tell you about the Akron 3. I don't know if you guys have heard about these kids or have any concerns, but one of the major things that happened to this country, always remembering, there is a white supremacist collective conscience that believe white people are superior, that Black people are inferior. And the mainstream media is a part of that force. And what we're going to learn, and one of the things that I'm going to demonstrate, is how when news is broadcasted and disseminated to us, the public, I'm going to show you the differences when they're referring to a Black person and when they're referring to a white person. Okay, so again, really slowly, Reunite Sandy Speaks. One of the primary goals is to document the inequalities. So we're going to look at situations with Black children, Black men, Black women, Black people. And we're going to look at similar situations when there's white people and how this country is treating them. Because again, we need additional protection under the law. There's this big thing going on about reparations, and we want financial repair, which we are due. But what is equally as important is legislation, okay? We need laws to protect us moving forward. Yes, we want y'all to cut that check. But along with that, we need repair, okay? We need repair and protection. So let me not beat a dead horse. I want to talk about these 3 boys. Okay, you guys. So where do I want to start? I don't know if you guys heard about these boys. It is, I call them the Akron 3. And these are going to be my boys, my sons, that I'm going to love and I'm going to ride for because I love Black people, okay? And we're going to get into the value theory of that later on in this video. But these 3 boys, Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Deshaun Stafford, were minding their business. 3 Black kids were minding their business, playing basketball at the Promise School. And you guys, I don't know about the Promise School. I guess the Promise School is a school that one of the major basketball players donated to have these kids go. And so they can have a recreational place and they don't have issues getting in trouble or doing things that are going to cause some harm. So again, Black people, understand, these 3 Black kids were minding their business. They didn't initiate this. And what we're going to do in these videos, we're going to do a compare and contrast to Mark Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin, okay? About initiating the contact and about what we see is protection, self-defense, okay? So these 3 boys were playing basketball, and from my understanding, some white kids came to the school and started shooting at them with a modified or some kind of super water gun, okay? And in your mind, so when we see this, oh, they just came and attacked them with water guns. It's nothing. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put a video in here where this black police officer refers to this as horseplay. Okay. See, when white boys are doing things to cause harm and damage to black people, even by black people, is considered. They call it horseplay. Okay. And one of the major things that I want you guys to keep in mind is that the mental state of black people in this country. Okay. So these three boys were playing basketball, and we don't know the details because we're gonna have to. God knows what we're gonna have to do to get the details. Okay, the real true details. But they were playing basketball, and these white kids came and attacked them, and so they got into a fight. The little boy, Ethan Lyman, was hit. He fell. He hit his head. Okay. And it's really unfortunate. And to the parents of Ethan Lyman, my deepest condolences to you. I'm a parent of 2 children, and my kids are my life. My kids are everything to me. I wake up every morning and breathe because my children are on this earth. So I understand the loss of a child now, and I'm so sorry. This is an unfortunate event. But in this situation, black people, those who are responsible need to take accountability. Okay? Some of the things that I want to highlight in this video is that the main objective, and me myself, real quickly, I struggle myself. I'm a victim of hate crime, and I'm currently suffering from anxiety and depression. Okay? And there are different symptoms of like I can't recall words. There are many symptoms associated with depression and anxiety. What I'm going to also refer to this as a panic disorder, because I myself am suffering from the same panic disorder because I'm a black woman in this country, and I'm a victim of a hate crime by judicial officers. Okay, so one of the things that I want to talk about in relationship to this situation moving forward, we're going to discuss this in videos, and we're going to outline this. Black people suffer from a panic disorder of being black in this country. And I think it is initiated often when we are approached by law enforcement in different situations where we're wronged and we're attacked without cause. And so the body does this fight or flight. Fight or flight. I don't know the technical terms for what occurs. Why this is so important to me? Because it's happening to me. It's happening to me as I sit here and I talk to you guys. You guys. You see, I'm struggling to speak. I'm struggling to think. Because my body feels like it's on attack. My body feels like it's being attacked because I have fear. Because thinking about these negative thoughts and this attack on black people is causing me anxiety and fear. So my body wants to either fight or flight. My body wants to stop discussing this because it doesn't feel good. Okay? So one of the things that I want to bring to your attention, you guys, is that a few weeks ago, there was a Buffalo massacre. There was a Buffalo massacre where black people were executed by the hands of white supremacists. And so what we need to recognize is, as a people, how is that affecting our psyche and our consciousness every day? How is that affecting us unconsciously? And these are the things that I'm developing a Black Party, We the Black Party. And these are some of the things that we're going to explore as a Black Party. What is happening to black people in this country psychologically, mentally, okay? So let's put this together. These 3 boys were minding their business. Some white kids jump out of a car and start shooting them. So When this happens, what happens to your body and your mind and your thought? Your mind and your body and your thought immediately goes to either fear, run, or fight. Okay? So we need to determine the mindset of these three boys. And we need to keep in mind that as of recently, as a country, we are aware that 10 black people were murdered in a Buffalo massacre by a white supremacist. So we know this force is out here. It's this element is out here who wants to bring us harm. So what do you think as a black boy who's playing basketball, minding your business at the promise school, and people jump out of the car with what appears to be a weapon? Okay? One of the things that I want to bring to your attention, you guys, is a couple of things. You guys ever watch Punk'd or Dateline 2020 when they do pranks on people? Where they like prank them, like, you know, someone's getting beat up or something like that. And you know what? I'm going to do a video about that. I'm going to find some content on here about that. I'm going to show you when in these videos where people are being pranked on Punk'd and on Dateline, and they want to see human behavior. When the initial attack or whatever the scenario happens, you see the person get excited and become afraid. Then even when you tell them, like, this was an experiment, this was a prank, you still see that these people are hyper alert, still hyper vigilant, still on edge. They're still reacting and breathing hard and reacting as if their body is still under threat. Okay? And so that's the point that I'm making. These three boys, black young men in this country, playing basketball, minding their business, witnessed George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain. Dear white people, this sticks with us forever. In order to maintain, we put it in the back of our mind, and we have to push through. But we think about these things every day of our lives. And that's the point. One of the points that I'm making, one of my goals and objectives is to have it documented, a disorder or a mental diagnosis of black people, and it's a panic disorder that we experience when we are confronted unsuspectingly, being stopped at a mall, accused of stealing and it's the wrong person, being stopped in your car because you have an air freshener hanging the wrong way, walking home with tea, you have a mask because you're cold. This is what happens to black people every day in this country. And these three black boys were minding their business. And I know it was not their intent to murder anyone. Their body went into overdrive. And they went into a fight or flight mode. And unfortunately, a young white boy lost his life. And one of my main concerns, I'm going to put some of this content in here. One of my main concerns is that, and what I'm trying to demonstrate is document how when it's three black boys, they become animals and savages. But when it's white people, like Mark Zimmerman attacking a young black boy who's minding his business, it's self-defense. Okay, so what we're documenting is the difference between black people and white people. And I'll be very honest with you. I'm struggling with talking to you. I'm struggling with thinking and communicating with you. So if any part of my video sounds convoluted, loses cohesion, it's because I'm struggling. The panic disorder that I'm referring to of black people, I am experiencing every day of my life because I'm a victim of a hate crime by judicial officers in this country. Okay? And these 3 black boys, they need us. I want to talk about that. Let me stop for a minute because I want to get my thoughts together because there's a few things I want to tell y'all about these 3 boys. I'm going to put some content in. So let me set this up for you guys. The Promise School, my understanding, is a school that was created by, who was donated by LeBron James. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm speculating. I believe that this school was probably created for minority kids to have a place to go and to fund education and empowerment of young black underprivileged children. Okay, so if a group of white suburban kids are going to come and attack these black boys with water guns, what is their intent? Okay, what is their intent? Is this a joke? So let's talk about what kind of joke this is. This is a joke about white suburban kids coming to a basketball court that is of where it's predominantly black youth, underprivileged, underserved youth, and they're going to come and spray them with guns. It was a nasty joke, considering that black people were just massacred in Buffalo. What's the mindset? What is the mindset of white kids coming from suburbia playing a joke on young black youth? What is the state of mind? Was the state of mind to put them in fear of their lives because they know as black people that we are hunted and we are marginalized, we are attacked, raped, killed, murdered? Was it to play a joke on black minority boys to make them think they're being attacked like the Buffalo Massacre? What was their state of mind? Okay? That's what I believe the state of mind was. And they were brazen to come and attack these boys. What would a reasonable person would think that 3 black boys who are raised in an underserved community, poverty, young black boys in this country, because what we have to look at is young black boys in their condition. And what would a normal and usual person would think? Because they want to say we're equal, but we're not equal. See, this is what Reunite Sandy Speaks is. See, I want to get my song and dance about my own personal life, but I'll do that on that in that series. Okay, about being black in America and how you were treated differently. So what were these boys thinking? What was their intentions? And the end result is someone died. Someone died because they engaged in a fight. What would a reasonable and normal person think a person would react if just recently black people were murdered in a massacre just because they're black? What would go through these people's mind? White people. What would go through your mind if you're playing basketball and you're attacked? Do you think that automatically you're going to want to, when you recognize what's happening, when your mind is recognizing what's happening, do you think you're going to like laugh, think it's funny? Or you were terrified for your life, so immediately your body responded? You tell me. How would you react?
3 young men charged with the murder of Firestone High School student Ethan Liming faced a judge in court today. Liming was beaten to death during a fight outside the I Promise school.
As News 5's Bob Jones reports, a relative of one of the suspects is suggesting this was self-defense, but police don't see it that way.
Your Honor, this is Deshaun Stafford, 22 CRA 4175, murder and felonious assault.
One by one, 3 members of a family appeared in court and pleaded not guilty. Deshaun and Tyler Stafford, who are brothers, are charged with murder and felonious assault, as is their cousin Donovan Jones. Police say they are responsible for the beating death of Firestone student athlete Ethan Liming on June 2nd near the basketball courts of the I Promise school. His parents have been calling for justice since then.
The ugliness that we have seen, the good is so much brighter, and this community is full of compassion, and we're so thankful for them.
Police say Ethan was with a group of friends, and at least one of them fired a toy gun, this splatterball water bead blaster, at the men playing basketball. That led to a fight and the beating that killed Ethan. John Sin is the attorney for Deshaun Stafford.
But I would ask you to take into consideration that these boys were on the basketball court, unarmed, doing what we want them to do, playing basketball, when kids from outside the neighborhood came in a vehicle, spraying them with this crazy paintball gun.
Tyler Stafford's aunt believes it was a case of self-defense.
If somebody was shooting at me and I didn't know what it was, yes, I would react. Would it go that far? No. But I can't speak on their behalf.
But police say nothing justifies what happened to Ethan.
We don't believe that the initial actions of that horseplay or utilizing that splat gun would rise to the level, would justify the level of that outcome.
Akron police say a $30,000 reward, including $25,000 from private donors, made a big difference in the case. Investigators believe several people may now be eligible for a portion of that money.
I'm told 3 or more separate people identified or provided information that led to the identification of the subjects.
Bond for all 3 suspects was set at $1 million.
I tend to have a lot of overkill because I feel very strongly about this, and maybe I put too much commentary in here. One of the issues that concerns me is how black men are perceived in this country. Okay, I'm a victim of a hate crime. I was married to a wealthy white man who was wealthy, white. I'm homeless. They did horrible things to me. But for my young black son, I would be in the street, homeless, destitute, probably somewhere have broken, somewhere and have had a nervous breakdown and crazy. But for my young black son, okay? So my concern, what enrages me, and I need to be calm about this, is that I do not like how black men are framed in this country, how black men are perceived, okay? Because I'm in a situation, I've been in different spaces where there are black people who communicate their attitudes, their behaviors, and their beliefs. Okay, so if you're a black person who's been in an environment where there has been violent black men, those are those violent black men. Just like the Buffalo massacre and all the white supremacists that go and shoot up schools. I do believe that there's some troubled black children. There's troubled black children because of our condition. And some of us fare better than others, depending on our background and our support. And so what I'm trying to say, what upsets me, and I need to be calm because I want to articulate this properly. What concerns me is some of us, our own beliefs, that we have aggressive nature. Okay? Because when I read some of the comments, black people were saying negative things about these 3 black boys. They were not given the benefit of the doubt. Even though, okay, and this is what I'm talking about, when we think about black children opposed to white children, there's a different mindset. This is why we need legislation. This is why we need legislation to equal the playing field, because we have never been on an equal playing field. Okay? These were 3 black boys minding their business, and suburban children. I think in the video it showed the guy's parents. This white boy, Ethan Lyman, apparently lived a privileged life, had 2 parents. His father was able to hold his composure and speak intelligently and eloquently and be very grateful and thankful for those who showed up for him. Okay? This is the kind of background and environment that Ethan Lyman was raised in. Although he takes action as to come and play a joke by shooting a gun, a play gun, a water gun at 3 black kids who are minding their business. And what I want to keep put in your mind and remind you of, Tamir Rice was murdered by a police officer when he was playing in a playground with a toy gun. the officers that murdered Tamir Rice was justified, okay, in shooting a 12-year-old child who was playing with a play toy gun, okay? Now, white teenage boys play this horrible joke of assaulting 3 black men minding their business. And what we hear is that what occurred does not warrant them attacking these 3 black boys out of the blue for no reason. Surprising them and shocking them doesn't justify, and they call it a beating. It's not self-defense. My main function is a panic disorder. It's a panic disorder that I'm experiencing as a black person, and many of us do every day. And I'm going to document this panic disorder that occurs with black people. Okay? And so, as we speak, my heart is racing. You can tell my attitude, my behavior is elevated. Because my body is in a fight or flight state because I'm afraid. I'm afraid because I'm thinking about these 3 black boys who were raised or born in a country, in a world that hates them for no other reason but their skin is black. And now, privileged white children come and play a horrible joke, and it ends in the death of one of them. And we just see how this is characterized. And so again, this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. What we do is going to do a compare contrast. What I want to compare and contrast is the white shooter who went into the spa, the Asian spa, and just went in and started shooting Asian women. I'm going to show you the difference in how the police characterize this white person who just initiates an attack on innocent Asian women. I'm going to show you what this is. Reunite Sandy Speaks. Our goal is to demonstrate that black people need protection under the law because there is a white supremacist collective consciousness in this country that believe black people are secondary and that white people are superior. And they cause us harm every day. And we are black people. We built this country. We're part of this country. We need America to hold their promise under the 14th Amendment that we are equal. And in order to do so, there needs to be laws and legislations and acknowledgments of our mental state, this panic disorder that many of us suffer from. We need liberation. We need repair.
Yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
We're making someone who committed these murders already a victim by saying he's having a bad day.
This is still early, but he does claim that it was not racially motivated. He apparently has an issue, what he considers a sex addiction, and sees these locations as something that allows him to go to these places, and it's a temptation for him that he wanted to eliminate. And he was pretty much fed up and kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And we must stop making excuses or rebranding it as economic anxiety or sexual addiction. As a woman who is black and Korean, I'm acutely aware of how it feels to be erased or ignored, and how the default position when violence is committed against people of color or women is to defer from confronting the hate that is often the motivation.
So yeah, listen, I'm the 20th. I'm the 20th key. And it's my purpose to liberate black people. It is my purpose. Until the day I die, I am going to liberate black people. But I can't do it by myself. I want you guys to follow along. I become afraid that I'm not being cohesive and compelling because I fall into this emotional vortex with pain and hurt. And you see the pain and the hurt. That's one of the reasons why we're last. We remain last because it's hard to deal with the oppression when you're suffering emotionally. Okay? This is what I'm aware of. Let's talk about this really quickly. So again, this is Reunite Sandy Speaks, and what we're doing is a compare and contrast of when things occur to black people and when things occur to white people. But under the 14th Amendment, we're supposed to be treated equally. You know what, you guys? I am actually working on. I'm developing a black party, and I'm working on. I've got these people working on a logo for the black party, and the hashtag is We the Black Party. And this guy messaged me. I want to read this guy. Read this to you. I know I have this on because this guy sent this to me because this might be part of my logo. The 14th Amendment. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor do not deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection under the law. Okay, so I hope that made sense. You guys, and again, I'm stuttering because I'm my heart is racing and I'm having an anxiety attack in your face, so I'm struggling. Okay, so what that says is that we're supposed to be treated equally. What that says is that nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. Okay, so we saw a law enforcement officer refer to what a white supremacist massacre murderer. What do you call the people that and you guys? I'm sorry because I'm struggling with. My mind wants to stop because it hurts. So if I sound kind of crazy, I'm gonna keep pushing through. Mass murderer. Listen to how we heard a white officer articulate and describe the behavior and the actions of a white person. Okay? Then we go back to the 3 black boys. So the white supremacist collective conscious means that there is a prevailing force in this country that says that we're last and we're second. The officer, I forgot to write down the officer's name because I'm going to reach out to him. The lieutenant referred to what the white boy was doing as horseplay. You come and you attack 3 black boys who were minding their business with what appears to be an assault rifle. They don't know. And when it's a white kid, it's called horseplay. Are you guys following along with me? Are you catching what I'm throwing at you? What I'm trying to show you? Okay? See, these Ben Crumps, Lee Merritt, y'all come fuck with me. I'm not trying to be wrong, but these civil rights attorneys, this is what upsets me and hurts me. This happened to me, and this happened to me because this is my purpose. These civil rights attorneys, they understand the law. They understand how we need to address these things to fix these issues. But see, if we fix these issues, there's no more paychecks for them. So their goal and objective is to get a payday by law enforcement. Their goal and objective is not to liberate black people. I'm on YouTube, and YouTube don't share my videos, don't promote my videos. I'm not making no money. I'm not making shit. I'm here because I love black people. And I'm very competitive. I'm going to keep it 100. I love me. I have never been the black person that feel inferior to anybody, to a white person. I keep telling y'all, I was married to a white man. And that was one of his allures to me. It's because I love me. I ain't never felt inferior to anybody. Black or white. Rich or poor. Intelligent or unintelligent. I've got great self-esteem by the grace of God. Okay? And so the point that I'm making is that I know this country tries to belittle, demean, and diminish us as a people. And it is a white supremacist collective conscious. It is a force in this country, consciously and unconsciously. The black officers refer to what the white kid did as horseplay. Even his aunt said, well, I don't know how I'm going to react, but it's not going. She even said she wasn't going to go that far. This is aunt, and she done threw her nephew under the bus, insinuating that he did something wrong. No, his body went into fight or flight mode. What I need you guys to understand is I got to take it down a notch because my mind and my body is going there. This is an involuntary action. Okay? This is an involuntary action. And I'm making this video because what we need to do, we need to protect these boys. These boys are on $1 million bail. This is going to be the introduction to a GoFundMe. Their bail is, I guess I'm doing the math right, each of them needs $100,000. And let's talk about that, black people. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about me making this video for 3 young boys and young men. You got your new mom, okay? And I'm a helicopter mom. Y'all ain't asked for me, but you got a new mom, all 3 of y'all. And what you need me. Whoever see this video knows these kids, you get them in touch with me. I got you. Okay? You don't gotta worry. You're not gonna go through this by yourself. I'm here for you. I got you. All 3 of you. Okay? So back to my agenda is that these 3 boys need monies. They need monies for bail. They need money for an attorney. And black people, see, a lot of times they do this to us. They malign me because they didn't think black people were going to help me. They didn't think black people were going to get involved. We're going to want to be aware and want to care. Okay? And I know we have different groups of black people. We all come in all shapes and sizes. And some of us are of the mindset, yo, I got my own problems. I'm sorry that happened, but I can't help you. We got to talk about that. See, black people, I love you. And I'm not here to chastise you. I'm here to make you aware. There's this thing called the value theory, where your values, okay? And to my dismay, some black people who look like me can't afford the same values that I have. And the values is that I'm a black person. I love black people. When people in my community, people that look like me, are in harm's way, are in trouble, it is my job, my duty, my civic duty to show up and help them. Black people, if you hear this and you don't think that way, don't think I love you any less. I love you the same. But I want you to know that that thinking is a result of your condition. They do this to us because they can. They do this to us because they don't think that we can get together and support each other. You know, I want to talk to you guys about Khalif Browder. Khalif Browder, I don't know if you guys know his story. I'll put a link below. Y'all can Google him. But he was arrested wrongly, spent 3 years in Rikers Island. When he finally was released time served when he didn't do anything. It drove him crazy. He committed suicide. His mother died, and he committed suicide. If y'all know the story of Khalif Browder, we failed him. We failed him. See, I need to be calm because I love y'all, and I don't want to be angry with y'all. Because I know some of us think differently, and some of us just trying to swim. We're just trying to survive. I get that. But we have a linked fate. Our fate is linked together. What happens to us as a group is directly related to how we move individually. Okay? And we are only as strong as the weakest link. This video is to request help, a GoFundMe for these 3 boys and young men. I'm sorry y'all locked up, but I'm happy to have three new sons. I'm a mom, and I'm going to get on your nerves. I'm going to let y'all know. I'm one of those pain-in-the-butt moms. Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Deshaun Stafford. You have a new adopted mom or pseudo-mom or whatever you want to call me, but I'm here for you. To my audience, I want to talk about the GoFundMe. In the case of George Zimmerman, I think he raised over like $180,000-$90,000 for his defense. Okay? In the case of Kyle Rittenhouse, they raised over $2 million for his defense. Okay? Black people, some of y'all been in rooms with y'all and y'all for overturn the Roe versus Wade. Okay? So y'all want your black kids, black people in this country to be alive and well? But these Akron 3 are ours. And we're responsible for them. And if we want black boys, black people to live and breathe and be part of the population, we have to support them. This is a GoFundMe for these 3 boys. They need $100,000 each to be released. And they also need monies for the defense. And if you're looking at this, see, I need to be calm about this because I know there are going to be people who are going to donate. But we probably need to raise at least $500,000. Okay? And so I want to talk about this with you. And I was in a room with one lady, and sister, if you see this video, I'm going to reach out to you. And she was like, tell me to go fund me, I'm going to donate. You know. And I was like, it's sisters out there like that. It's brothers out there like, I got you. Okay? And she was like chastising, like, y'all out here buying Jordans, y'all out here buying this, but y'all could donate. And see, you guys, I don't want to chastise you in that manner. Okay? I don't want to say, well, I don't want to put you in that position. I want to appeal to you about your sense of blackness, who you are. Morals, integrity. Okay? If you looking at how Kyle Rittenhouse and George Zimmerman, they got money, and you think, well, white people rich so they have money. White people rich because they got money. Why you think white people rich and they got money? Why they rich and they got money? What do you think? Because they're the dominant society? Yeah. But like in the case of George Zimmerman, who murdered a young black boy, he running around on bail. He running around free. Okay? Because they take care of each other. I'm going to give you an example. In the case of Roe versus Wade. Let's talk about this really quickly. I'm going to explain you, because I'm not mad at white people. See, white people love white people. They love self. And do I always agree with how they move and what they do? No. But I understand the thing about self-preservation. That's why I'm here. Okay? In the case of Roe versus Wade, let's talk about this. Let's talk about a group of people that took a case to the Supreme Court to overrule a 50-year-old judgment. This is how much they love themselves. This is how much they work towards the preservation of the white race. They love themselves. Do they do evil shit? Some of them, yeah, they do evil shit. But what I want to talk about is the extent and the length that they go to for those who look like them. And let's talk about it, black people. We talk about civilization. We talk about a group of people. So we look at a group of people and we measure our intelligence, our morals, our integrity. We measure our ability to thrive and navigate the world. It has to do with our intelligence, our values, our ability to critical think. So again, I want to make this clear to you guys. Think about this. A group of white people got together to overturn Roe versus Wade. This is how much they love themselves. I got 3 beautiful young black boys. Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and his brother Deshaun Stafford. They were playing basketball, minding their business. And 3 in a group of privileged white boys attacked them when they played a horrible joke on them. We saw what happened with Khalif Browder. I'm begging you people, I'm begging you black people, don't let these boys, don't let them endure this. Let's help them. We need to get them out on bail, and we need to get them competent attorneys, okay? We need to get some competent attorneys, and that costs money, y'all. So this is a GoFundMe. To those who are living an average life and who don't have a lot of money, $20, $20. To our black celebrities, black business mogul, pull up. Because this is not only about these 3 black boys. This is the flex to America that we're tired. And you're not going to just abuse us. See, I go in rooms, y'all be talking about fighting and shooting and killing. We don't have to do that. See, we're not the animals. We're not the savages. Okay? They brought us here. They did this to us. We was minding our business, just like these 3 beautiful black boys were minding their business. And this is what they do to us. And a black lieutenant calls it horseplay. And then the white cop says he was having a bad day. We need to find out and learn about Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Deshaun Stafford. If you guys are friends of his, please send me pictures of him. Please give me information about him. We need to know who they are. They need to be human beings. Young girls, pull up. Y'all, black women, these are men, okay? If you are in the mind talking about your brothers, sisters, I've listened to y'all. I was married to a white guy for 20 years. I mess with white people. And I'm going to tell you, white people, not all white people, but the white person I married was privileged. And he did all kind of foul shit just for GP. Just from general principle because he just foul. Because he leveraged his white privilege. Oftentimes when little black boys do things, it's out of survival because they don't know any better. And they just trying to swim. They just trying to swim. So Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Deshaun Stafford are now officially our children. These are our boys. And we need, see, because they keep fucking with us, right? Y'all see all the videos when they keep fucking with us and we show like, you're going to get another messing with black people. This is one of the situations where we need to show them, you can't keep messing with black people. Leave us alone. Let us live a life of liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Get your foot off our neck and let us breathe. Sisters and brothers, please don't let these 3 boys go harmed like Khalif Browder. In the case of the Central Park 5, I don't know if you remember that. They were accused of rape and all kind of shit. They went to jail. I think there's a show on YouTube, on Netflix called When They See Us, I think. I'm rambling. Black people, I need you to pull up. Any black person that sees this video, I am raising money for these boys for the release of them and for their legal fund. If you see this video and you're a black person, I want you to give at least $20. If you don't have $20, give what you can. And one of the major things that I need you to understand, don't be afraid to give $5. See, George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, all these white people. See, and I'm saying this to you because I don't want to be condescending. Okay? I don't want to talk down to you. I don't want to be an elitist and sound like, oh, I'm a bougie black woman. Okay? I have been with white people for the past 25 years of my life. My kids went to white schools. And I'm telling you their mindset. When they don't participate or contribute, they're shunned for that. This is what I learned. My daughter went to private school and they have little school events. And if I didn't participate, they shun you. Okay? And I'm embarrassed to admit it. But this is civil. This is what our civic duty is. This is our responsibility as citizens to one another. And you know what? I serve a good God. I give you my last dollar, okay? Because I serve a good God, and he always show up for me. And I know everybody doesn't think like that. I know that. Some people hold on to $1. The person not married was greedy. He jumped over $1 to save 50 cents. He hoarded all his money. He was privileged and he hoarded his money. Okay? I don't think like that. Okay? If you think that way, I'm asking you to please rethink that. I'm asking you to help me save these 3 boys. That little boy died accidentally. That was manslaughter. That wasn't murder. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate on this channel is when it's a black person, it's murder. But when it's a white person, It's manslaughter. In the case of Kyle Rittenhouse, y'all see what happened. Even the judge was down for him. And what that's about is that they want to keep us last. I do not know. I was married to a white man who was raised by racists. And for the life of me, I don't know why they're evil like that. I don't know why they hate us. I don't know why they want to bring us harm. I don't know why. But I'm not trying to figure it out. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to love and liberate my people because we have been in bondage our entire lives. And it's time for that shit to come to a screeching halt. When all this shit happened to me, I'm like, yo, God, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why not? Because I'm built for this. And I need you guys to join me.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Donovan Jones, 22 CRA 4174. Murder, felonious assault, and disrupting public services.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Tim Corley from the Legal Defender Office of Summit County. On behalf of Mr. Jones, presents a young man. I have explained his cursory charges with him and indicated today that we would enter a technical not guilty to the charges. We would waive reading of the complaints and potential penalties today. As on behalf of him, he does report familial ties closely here with mom, dad, brothers, and sisters. He's been employed for 2.5 years in a warehouse. He does have a child on the way, and he did complete the 11th grade. On his behalf, balancing Rule 46, we'd like to reserve until we hear from pretrial supervision.
Pretrial supervision of a bond recommendation.
Your Honor, we haven't had an opportunity to speak with him yet. Based on severity of the charges, we're asking for a $1 million, 10% bond, maximum supervision, house arrest restricted to a verified address, screening and passport surrender.
Your Honor, this is Deshaun Stafford, 22 CRA 4175, murder and felonious assault. Unrelated case 21 CRB 6107, willful fleeing, resisting arrest, criminal damaging, obstructing official business, and contempt. That is an unrelated case to Judge Hamilton's court.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. On behalf of Deshaun Stafford, Sean is what he goes by. Your Honor, I've been retained by the family attorney John Sin to represent Sean through these matters. At this time, we'd like to enter a technical not guilty plea to all charges. I would tell you that Sean has no prior felony record. The misdemeanors that are attached to this case are going up to another judge. Those are already resolved matters. There's a matter of an outstanding class or something he needs to take. But with respect to this case, Your Honor, and my technical not guilty, I would like to address the issue of bond, although I know I've already been heard.
Your Honor, this is Tyler Stafford, 22 CRA 4172, murder and felonious assault.
Thank you, Your Honor. Attorney Corley from the PD's office of Summit County on behalf of Mr. Stafford. As to, we'll enter a technical not guilty, waive reading of the complaints and potential penalties.
So you guys, I want you to see those three boys and see how they reacted. And you know what? You guys, Donovan's so cute. Okay. He was like, what the fuck? I mean, did y'all see the video? Can y'all imagine? I giggle and I laugh and I'm so sorry. This like I do that. I make light of things. I don't know. I think that's how I push through the depression and the sadness. I try to find humor or something light about it. But Donovan, you guys see, I want y'all to see Donovan. I mean, this is not a laugh. I know it's not a laughing matter, but he's so adorable. And I want you guys to hear them talk about he's been employed for 2 years. I think they said he went to school and so forth. Deshaun's just, baby, I see you, honey. Deshaun is just hurt. Deshaun's like, what the fuck? Okay? All three of them reacted differently, you guys. I just don't want to beat a dead horse about this. I edited that in because I want you to see that these are human beings. These are people, okay? I want to highlight to you that they are being charged with murder and felonious assault. They were attacked. Okay? They were attacked and they responded to an attack. And no one's saying anything about manslaughter or anything. They're saying murder and felonious assault, which I think it's a felony. And I'm really just getting into this. I'm going to learn about the law and so forth, and I'm going to learn things as we go. But what I know is that we're not treated equally. And what I know is that the cards are stacked against us. And the only way we're going to win, black people, is we have unity. If you heard in the video early on, someone donated $25,000 to find them, to catch them. There's a $35,000 what do you call, look, words don't come to me, reward for finding them. This is how they get down together. This is how they rock with each other. This is how they stand up for one another. Okay? We're at the bottom and we're last, and we've been maligned, oppressed, demeaned our entire lives. What I'm here to tell you is they're not going to save us. We have to save us. I'm asking you and I'm begging you, make the Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Deshaun Stafford your boys. These are our boys. These are the Akron 3. These are our boys. Please help me make history. Please help me demonstrate that black people have integrity. That black people have compassion for each other. That we recognize that some of our boys, some of our people are struggling, but this country is not acknowledging us. I'm rambling here. I'm gonna do another video. I'm trying to characterize and name the panic disorder. My whole thing that I'm saying with this, one of the things that I'm going to talk about with this is their reaction was involuntary. Their reaction was a result of conditions of black people in this country. Their reaction was a result of local news and local current events where black people were attacked in Buffalo. Okay, this is why they need proper representation. Please, you guys, help me get them out on bond. Please don't let these boys stay in jail and prison. Please, I'm begging you. Please, whatever you got, donate. Help me send this video to somebody. Right now, I'm going to make the goal to be $500,000 because they need $100,000 each, $300,000, and so we're going to try to start off with a $200,000 legal fund. And see, this is what I want to say to you guys. Once the public gets involved, once we hire investigators, just like they paid $35,000 and they name these people, money talk and bullshit walk. Once this is a local or public news, national news, then the truth comes to light. Then the charges might be changed from murder to manslaughter. Okay? I want you guys to look at what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. He was a menace. He went to that protest looking for trouble with a gun. George Zimmerman accosted a young black boy who was minding his business, eating candy, eating Skittles, and drinking a tea. Elijah McClain was walking home. Black people, I'm begging you, please help me help us. Please help me save these boys. I'm begging you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to make sure that I said everything that I needed to say. In the case of Trayvon Martin. You know what? I'm going to make a subsequent video of this because I want to talk about the merits of this and the difference in how the treatment of black people opposed to white people. We're going to compare and contrast Trayvon Martin's murder and the manslaughter of Ethan Lyman. Okay? We know Trayvon Martin was murdered. Okay? Also, we're going to talk about Tamir Rice. How when he had a gun in a park playing with the gun, it warranted enough threat that a police officer shot a child. Okay? But when 3 boys are playing basketball at the Promise School minding their business and young suburban boys come and play a horrible trick to scare them, it's called horseplay, even by black law enforcement officers. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share this video. If anyone knows Donovan Jones, Tyler Stafford, and Sean Stafford, please contact me, because I'd like to have regular photos of them. I don't like these photos of them in orange scrubs. Please help me learn about their friends and who knows them, who knows their personality. We need to humanize these boys. I need help, you guys. So listen, I am the 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks, and this is for the freedom and the liberation of the Akron 3. Y'all come fuck with me.
Closet and CC skeletons, they killing us for walking, killing us for jogging, kill us in our homes and fabricating and hiding. Where we had Sandra Bland's and Trayvon Martin's. If when you kill us, your family was a target. If your children was orphans, when you had compassion the next time you approach us. Yeah, we fed up, this is built up. Your city up in smoke, homeboy, we had enough. And I ain't enticing riots of violence, heighten the climate. I'm saying you smack me, I'm punching you in your iris. Retaliation is prescribed in both Bible and Quran. In the matters of the slang, see an eye for an eye, especially if the Justice Department do not comply.